Hey y'all, this is Black Titanic. I'm actually out here in front of the courthouse, you guys, and you guys need to make sure y'all keep that GoFundMe going because this is a serial case. I'm in front of the courthouse and right in front of my lawyer's office also. Let me write down here. Go and get on in, I'm coming. Go and get on in the car, I'm coming. Yeah, so as you can see, my lawyer's office is right in front of the courthouse, and so many people here. I don't want them to think that I am taking pictures of them. But anyway, y'all, put my purse in the car. Yeah. Anyway, you guys. So my lawyer is just over across the street from the courthouse, and I'm down here taking care of business with Maurice. This is the meat of the lawsuit where she is filing a counterclaim, you guys. As y'all can see that Madison County Courthouse. Yeah, what about, I don't want to come back down this way. Madison County Courthouse. Yeah, you guys. And my lawyer's office is just straight ahead. Okay, this is Black Titanic. Coming live from you from Huntsville, Alabama. Make sure that you guys do that GoFundMe. So that man is after the content creator, you guys. So anytime I can find out who else he got on the list besides who y'all know about, I will let y'all know. But okay. Anyway, you guys, sounding off. So let's see if I can see that. All right. These people over here are eating lunch. Okay, bye. Today we have just witnessed, you guys, I saw that little clip of Martell and his mother. Seems like that's where he get it from. His narcissistic behavior is because his mom is one too, you guys. So what she do, she passed those traits down to her son. Now allegedly, y'all, and in my opinion, this is how he learned to belittle others, because what his mama say to him when he comes to her as a child, I think he had been bullied. Oh, go suck it up somewhere. In other words, she was so disconnected from her child. Yes. So, that's a form of belittling. And that's what he learned to do. When you're not praising me, I've learned to belittle you. Now, when you're successful and I can't be successful, I'm going to belittle you. This is Dr. Fox. He is a specialist on narcissistic parents raising children.
Sense of shame, guilt, doubt will just overwhelm them, and they may select out of that situation.
Let me back it up just a little bit. Y'all going to hear a little Dr. Fox.
Are innate.
His name is Daniel Fox.
So there's a component that we want to engage to help others, make other people feel better. That's what my career is all about. So when individuals grow up with a narcissistic parent and then into adulthood, those people-pleasing tendencies become very, very complicated. They erode their sense of self-worth. They erode their relationships. And it's important, again, to go back to the suggestions that I just made that can help you to do things differently. So the next pain point is guilt, shame, and fear about succeeding or being noticed. And this is something that a lot of, certainly, children of narcissistic parents experience, and then into adulthood, it tends to be maintained, that they fear unworthy of success. So a lot of times what they'll do is they'll pull back. When they see themselves getting close to a component of success or reaching a goal, that sense of shame, guilt, doubt will just overwhelm them, and they may select out of that situation. Maybe it's a promotion at work. Maybe it's going after a boy, a girl, a person who you really like, who you would like to date and connect with. But that would be a success to get the person you're really interested in, as opposed to, choosing somebody who maybe you're like, yeah, well, I mean, I think they'll like me, so I'll like them too. And that way, you feel like you're just accepting because that goes to your worth. And it's important to realize that it's that dynamic I talk about when I just talked about that pain point in number 2, that it's that system, right? It's that A plus B, right? It's that A, that stimulus, right, and response. And then that gets internalized. And that becomes really, really problematic. And that guilt and shame and fear can become so just ingrained. But we have to push back on it. And the way we do it is that you have to start telling yourself that you deserve success, that it's okay to be noticed. And you being noticed doesn't mean that everybody else then becomes irrelevant, because that's what the narcissistic sort of parenting style teaches you, right? That if you're noticed, then that means I'm not noticed. If I'm not noticed, then that means I have no worth and value. If I have no worth and value, you're going to be punished because I have to feel special all the time. And that continues into adulthood, into relationships, into work environments, into friendships, all sorts of things. So you got to push back on that. The next pain point are the insecure or anxious attachment styles. Now, we see this develop in adult children that had narcissistic parents, that they usually develop one or more of the 3 insecure attachment styles. The first is an anxious or preoccupied attachment style. This is also referred to as an anxious ambivalence in childhood, that I want to be close, but I'm not sure if I should be close. So how do I get close? But I know I want to be close. And it's this intensive internal sense of anxiety that you just can't shake, because you can't be close and then be distant to be close to be distant. But I'm preoccupied with the idea of being close to somebody, but yet I don't have that sense of worth to be close to somebody, because I was taught as a child that I don't have worth, but I have to continue to try to have more worth. And if that's confusing, either you're relating to exactly what I'm saying, or imagine being that kid, that teenager, and that adult. And that's that anxious attachment.
So just imagine being okay, we also saw the results of Martell, right? Being a child of a hotel, being a child of his mom, Miss Maybelline. We see the results of that. He constantly need admiring. And he constantly, his mama got to constantly stroke his stroke. Just constantly got to admire him, tell him he's great, tell him he's a good dad, tell him how wonderful he is, you guys. And then he expects that even out of his children, out of his children, he expects for his children to constantly admire him. Yes, he do. So anyway, that's Dr. Thing, and I'm gonna tell you something. If you guys, your success is his success. You make him look good, right? And that's what he strives on. This is Black Titanic.
Harassing communication. Wasn't it like a text or something?
Domestic violence sounds terrible.
But it was for communication. What if he really meant to do her harm?
Domestic violence is not the same as harassment and communication. That's a phone charge. Like, your children gonna have to see this stuff. The internet never goes away. Markel, right now, he needs intervention. I'm getting arrested for a text message I sent Melanie over a year ago,
He literally took a video that he and I did and was going to have it released.
My message to her was saying, stop bullying me.
Some bigger restraints need to be.
So as y'all know, out of that little bit, that message was a revenge plea, right? It was a revenge plea. It was not just a tape. It was just not a harassment, which they are memorizing this. This is what that doctor mean about. He constantly had to be admired. He constantly had to be looked up to. And when he don't, he will make up stuff, you guys. Narcissists will even use their kids. I wouldn't be surprised if that wouldn't stage so that this man could go out there and come back and have a storyline on season 2. Now, y'all think that a narcissist would not use their children? This could have been staged for Martell, even with. This is Black Titanic. Hit that like button, share, and subscribe. You know, I didn't watch Love and Marriage Huntsville, but I have been looking at the content creator. And what particular caught my eye in the review was Martell and his mother, Marlene. That was very scary, you guys. And then, so today's topic is about narcissistic parents breeds narcissistic children, you guys. But seems like the when I was looking at that, the other content creator was looking at Melody's side. We know Melody's side, right? Melody, there was this clip where Melody was talking to her brother, right? And she was telling her brother what had happened. But seemed like everything was just so calculated, right? Miss Maybelline, she was right there the next second, right there in that parking lot. Seemed like this man, he knew that he had this worn out on him because he said it when they were in Texas. He said it when they were in Texas. He had been saying it on the show. So he knew that one was there. He knew when he went in there that they were going to arrest him. Or he might have went in there and said he came to turn himself in. Who knows how it really went with Martell. But anyway, seems so calculated and seems so planned out. But see, the narcissistic parents lack empathy for their children. They don't even feel discomfort when their kids are suffering, or especially if it makes that dad feels good. Especially if that dad feel like he's gonna benefit from having his children into this mess, right? So these children are sitting out there in that car, and he knows that, right? He got a great storyline. He got a great storyline to make Mel look like she is this unfit mother, and then bring the castmates on because all of them ready to bash Mel, right? So now Mel is this unfit mother that she knows she had this worn out for her baby's dad. Why is she allowing children to be in the car with him, knowing that any day he can get pulled over for that warrant? But he never did. So this sucker right here, allegedly, this just in my opinion, you guys. What I know about narcissists, sure, they have no feelings of discomfort when they see their kids are suffering because they're going to benefit off of this. They're not, the children are not in mind when this was happening. The children is not in mind when they need to be admired, when they need to get a point across. Oh, yes. But one thing about it, too, he's sitting up there. He wants to be admired. That's the best dad in the world. Yeah. Yeah. And we see Miss Marlene just praising him and constantly thanking him and admiring her son, telling her son that he was a good dad, he was a good husband. We see this, right? And that's where he gets it from. He gets that from his mother. His mother taught him that, right? Allegedly, right? So the kids now, they're just secondary in this relationship. They're just secondary in this pond that he has to play, this game that he's playing with, making his ex look like she's an unfit mother and making himself look like a good dad. But anyway, what about these children? The children of narcissistic parents knows. They pick up on these mood swings, right? So they walk around with eggshell and they constantly have to just admire their parents and agree with their parents at all times.